Now we ready to roll.
Inside the ManCave with Johnny Compian.
Game over, bitches.
Inside the ManCave podcast show. Follow me at Johnny Compian on Twitter. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Inside the ManCave podcast show. And follow me on IG. Oh, wait, don't follow me on IG. Just follow me on Facebook Meta. Still haven't resolved that problem. I've been kind of busy, man, doing stuff. And I'm not that doing stuff kind of person. I'm kind of like just stay in the studio and create and do things, right? Just have fun. But I got into a lot of different things the past couple of weeks. I've been kind of out and not keeping up. I'm trying to do these YouTube short videos. I did a few. Check them out if you follow me on YouTube. They're like 16-second little short videos. Just having fun with it. Just trying to play along with the program, right? So, man, it's good to catch up and be back inside the ManCave podcast show with you guys. The holidays are sneaking up, right? I know they snuck up on me. I didn't know it's December 15th. Jeez. I mean, I thought Thanksgiving was, that just passed like a few weeks ago, right? Everything's just moving pretty quick. But the beauty is that right now, at this point, is football season. I mean, we are talking about some good football. Excuse me. Of course, everybody is excited about their 10-3 Dallas Cowboys against the Houston Texans. They got a little scare there at the end of that game. Houston was kind of, holding up their own for a bit, but the Cowboys, that's good. They came back and Dak, kind of brought them back. And they got the victory. They're 10-3. They play Jacksonville next, 5-8 team. That's going to be a good one. It'll be in Jacksonville. I think in Jacksonville. It's going to be a good game. Looking forward to that. And you cannot talk about NFL football and not miss what the Eagles are doing right now. They're 12-1. They are just gliding through and playing some really good football. And that's what we love to see, right? As NFL fans, the homer stuff is. I was a huge Cowboy fan, and I'd always have to look at the whole deal, the whole NFL, every team, because I love watching football. Period. I can sit there and watch college. I can watch high school. I mean, whatever. As long as I'm watching some football, I'm a happy man. And right now, we're deep into the NFL. So I'm not going to try to say much because the Cowboys in December, you know all that. If you're a Cowboy fan, you know all that. So I'm not going to bring that up. It's just good to have some good football. It's good to see that Cowboys playing some good football. Of course, when the Cowboys are playing good and bringing their game, because at the beginning of the season, when Dak got hurt, everything was kind of like, whoa. And then Cooper Rush came in and saved that team. He literally, he did. Everybody knows that. So it's good that the Cowboys got this far and are rolling along in the NFC East. And that's what makes it all good, right? Because when your team is losing and your season's over, like the Broncos or other teams, and you're like, man, we're done. It's over, right? There's nothing to play for. But your Dallas Cowboys have something to play for, and it's going to be very interesting on how it all pans out coming up at the end of the season and see where they'll be seeding at and how everything's going to play out with the wild card and all this stuff. The Eagles have already clinched. those guys, they can sit back and kind of just wait it out. And I guess they get that first week bye. So that'll be good for them. Let them get the proper rest, because if you're going to beat the best, they're going to, do the right thing. That's why you win all your games, the important games during the season. So when you get, to the postseason, you're able to take that bye and let everybody play it out, let the wild cards, and then it comes to you. But that can also be a bad thing, because you've seen good teams do that, and all of a sudden when they come back and, football, you're riding that momentum, and you want to keep that. So it'll be interesting to see the way everything ends in the NFL for the season and the way the playoffs come. But man, it's been a good weekend of football. We're gonna get a lot more. I think this weekend we get a game on a Saturday. I'm not too sure. I saw that, but it's crazy. So holidays, football. I mean, we're all getting it right now. So everything can kind of sneak up on you, and you're like overwhelmed with this and that, and you're having all kinds of stuff go on. But some of us are not ready for. I'm not ready for the holidays, but it's here. Right? How about you guys? What are you guys doing to prepare for the holidays? You guys got all your Christmas stuff up, and buying all the liquor and buying presents and food and having parties and stuff. Oh man, that's just too much right now. Still, after everything that happened the last few years, things weren't the same, and we're really trying to be back to normal, right? And it just doesn't feel that way sometimes. Everything's kind of just feels kind of weird, and like you're going into a brand new room and you're like, what the hell's going on in here? That's the way it feels sometimes. But anyway, it's been a while since I've been on here. I was out of town. I was in Philly for a bit. And I've been to that trip, man, before in Philly in December. It's really cool. And once again, you get to see the game, America's game, Army, Navy. It's a really good game. It's nothing like being in the stands and looking around and seeing a lot of veterans, a lot of current military personnel, high-ranking personnel that's around. So it's always cool. Everybody's so kind to each other. Still, you're in the city of brotherly love, right? That's another thing. Philly is such a great city. They got some really good food. I agree. That city is king of the sandwich. The sandwiches there are just unbelievable. There's so many good, everybody talks Philly cheesesteak, but there's so much more than Philly cheesesteaks. Man, if you ever get the chance to go to Philly and enjoy it, it's a cool place. Yeah, you hear all the violence and a lot of stuff that's going on in every city. I mean, even in San Antonio, it's pretty bad. In Austin, in Dallas, everywhere, Houston. You turn the news on and you're going to hear it. You're going to hear the negativity of a city, and it's going to kind of be like, man, I'm afraid to go there. But it's just, you got to just watch where you're at and your surroundings when you go to a city like Philly. But man, everything was cool. No problems at all. Nothing to fear, to walk the streets. I mean, I walked the streets at night and went to my usual spots. Anytime I was in Philly, I was able to go there and check it out. So it was cool to see that game out of the media, right? Every time I've been to that, I've been to 5 of those, and that it was part of the media. And this time I wasn't. So it was kind of cool to be in the stands. Not in the press box. I mean, you're right in the trenches of this America's game, and you're watching it, and it's exciting for both schools. the Naval Academy and the Army cadets. I mean, it's a special game, and you feel it. You feel it as soon as you get close by. Everybody's so patriotic. Everybody's so good to each other. At the end of the day, it's a good thing. Leading up to the game, there's so many cool things that happen. That you're just gives you chills just being a part of it. I know it has. I did to me. I mean, I kind of teared up a little bit in certain parts because, you see all the dedication and the loyalty of all this game. It's so powerful. So it was beautiful. It was awesome. It was good. I got to catch up with some good friends on the radio side because there's, that's what that they do there. They go and cover that. That's America's game. And, got to catch up with a lot of good friends, former colleagues from radio stations from all over the country. I got some good friends that are here in San Antonio and other guys from other cities that fly in to see this game in Philly. So it was really cool. Speaking of that, I come on here a lot and I try to be consistent with my podcast and kind of keep you guys in the loop of what's going on around me. So a few weeks back, I was chatting with a friend of mine, a radio guy who's still in radio. He produces one of the big shows in drive time in the city of San Antonio. And, I've been kind of trying to get back in and get into radio and see if I can, because I've worked for two of the big stations here in San Antonio. And then I've been working up in Austin. I went up to work in Austin for another radio station, another talk radio station. It's big in Austin. And then I moved over to transition into some podcasting. So I was doing podcasting the past few years, and I got this opportunity to jump back in radio. And I took it. I took the I took the job. I got an offer and I took it. I'll tell you guys more about it as everything kind of just comes together, because it's not going to be, the way it was before when I was on with another radio station that I worked with. I don't know my role yet. I'll be running a board, that's for sure, and doing stuff like that, technical stuff. But it's good. I haven't done it in a few years, so it'll be fun to be back in my city of San Antonio and running, syndicated shows or doing whatever, you're asked to do, when you get one of these gigs. I'm excited. I mean, I love radio. I've talked about how, I feel radio is a dying art, and you listen. I listen to talk radio. I've had since I was young. I loved it. I always loved it. Fascinated by radio. And when I had the opportunity to work in radio, I embraced it, man. I loved every minute of it. I did it for years for a few different frequencies here in San Antonio, and one of them was a 50,000 watt radio station that you can hear clear across, I guess, into Guatemala or something. So yeah, it was fun, and I can't wait to share the news when everything's official and I'm actually got my hands on a board and I can, do the magic and have fun maybe, or who knows? Like I said, I don't know what kind of role I'm going to have in this new position that I was offered. So, it's going to be fun. I love doing radio stuff. So my routine's going to change. So there's going to be a lot of changes to my routine that I have, with you guys here, doing my podcast. And I'm 100% dedicated to to my personal podcast, and I'm going to keep trying to do it as much as I can, when I can, and just kind of keep trying to spread in the word of just having fun, talking about music, talking about water cooler talk. Sometimes I don't make sense, and that's okay, because there's other podcasts that are out there that I've listened to that are even worse than this. This is a bad podcast. There's a lot of people that won't listen. Just whatever, dude. All he's doing is blabbing about stuff. But everybody's, there's everybody that I've met that does it. They enjoy it. It is a job, because there's a lot of work that you do to put this thing together. There's a lot of little things that you got to do, and you create it on your own. And everything that you see here, I'm basically done on my own. It's not that good. I'm just like experimenting with it. So this is not something that is like something that I really think is going to work. I just put it out there. I mean, put it out there, see if it sticks. If it doesn't, then we'll try something else, right? But as I try other things, I'm still going to be talking. So all the other stuff you see and all that crap, I mean, it's still going to happen, but you'll see changes, kind of different, the way it morphs, in different directions. And as I learn more new stuff, I'll implement it into this podcast to entertain you. If you're kind of like the effects I got there. So if you're tripping on something, or, you're doing like mushrooms or whatever you like to do on your own personal time, I got something for you. You can kind of look at those little visuals and kind of just stare at that and listen to me talk instead of looking at me. So yeah, I try to take care of my podcast listeners. That's part of the gig, right? But it's a job, man. It's a job. I enjoy doing it. I'm going to keep doing it, whether you like it or not. In some kind of capacity, I'm going to keep coming at you. And you know what? I got some good news. Today I put up 2 shorts, and those things blew up. It's like, whoa, more than any other video that I've worked, hours and hours on. I put these 2 15-second, the first one went up, and go check it out. It's on my page, on my YouTube channel, inside the ManCave podcast show with Johnny Compian. And go watch the 2 short videos I'm talking about. Those things are moving. They're almost at 1,000 views. And that's pretty good. I mean, for me, wow, I'm impressed. I thank you. And I got 4 new subscribers, so I'm up to 48. I need to be at 50. 50, so I don't have to be in here. I can take my phone and I can record, if I'm in LA, or if I'm in Philly, or if I'm in New Mexico, or if I'm in Tijuana. I can YouTube live. See, if I don't have the 50 yet, I can't do that. So if I go to TJ in San Diego, and I go to like the Donkey Show or whatever, I can't do it live. So click and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps me out. If you like it, I appreciate it. Obviously, somebody likes it, because I got 48 subs, man. I never thought it would be that cool, where I would have some. I started out really slow. I was at 4 subs for a few months. It wasn't moving. The needle wasn't moving at all. So after I did all this work and kind of just implemented these, things here and there, I guess people kind of, you got the attention span is quick, man. So you gotta hook them on there and try to keep them locked into what you're doing, or else you lose them pretty quick. They'll move on to the next YouTuber, the next person doing videos, because we want to be entertained, right? So yeah, I'm going to try to do my best to do that. I will let you guys know of more news on the changes that are coming to my routine in radio and in podcasting. So I'm going to be doing both, one on a personal level and one, trying to get my career back going in San Antonio, because that thing ended years ago. So it's exciting. I'm happy. And I'll be a part of a crew again. I don't know what crew or who I'll be working with, or what. Maybe they'll just have me clean the place up. Like, dude, you know, you're going to clean the place up and make sure that, you know, everything's in line, like at the radio station. So I might not even be doing the same thing I did before. I might be like cleaning the restrooms or putting makeup on the guys that are on radio, like, you know, the stars. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. And it's exciting to find out. It'll happen maybe in less than 2 weeks. So yeah, it's going to happen. Changes are coming. Changes are coming. So thank you. I can't thank you guys for supporting me through this whole deal. I appreciate it. You know, I couldn't do this without you guys spending a couple minutes watching my videos. So it helps. It helps me. And, you know, this is going to be fun. Like I've said to you guys, I'm going to try to implement more interviews. And so once I hit my 50, subscribe, I got 2 more and I can hit 50. And my birthday week is coming up. Next week is my birthday. Next week, this time will be my birthday. I don't like to talk about that. It's not important, right? It's not, I mean, how many of you guys like to celebrate? Like we used to do that years ago, but we had like kegs of beer. I remember my roommates, we'd all like pitch in and get kegs and, you know, just party, drink all night, drink for days, celebrate my birthday for like a month. Just have fucking chaos every day. I remember one year we had drank all night. We had a keg, but we always got kegs of Budweiser. And I think we were on our 2nd or 3rd day. We had like 2, I think. My buddies come up with more beer. It's early. And I used to love it because my roommates, I had 2 other roommates. I used to love to torture them. Especially the one that was behind me, that slept right next to me in the next room. I would crank out whatever I had, like Slayer. You know, like I would listen to music all night. It was torture to everybody because I didn't really care. I was like, dude, I'm going to crank up. I had speakers everywhere. Like they were like in every corner. There were speakers all over. So yeah, it was fun, you know, doing that, cranking out music. But yeah, so my buddies, you know, we had been drinking and getting loaded, drinking all that beer, and I'm sitting there. I guess we're getting ready to watch some football. Everybody's coming over, and we're kind of still celebrating the birthday. And they just all attack me and just throw me in the tub and turn the water on. It's like, pff. I guess that was a hint. Like, dude, you need to like take a shower, sober up, and get ready for some football and more drinking. That's the way it was, man. It's not like that anymore. I mean, I enjoy having, you know, a couple cocktails, and just enjoying my time. You know, as I get older, I just appreciate every day, you know, that's, you know, that here in front of you, and you just do what you can every day to make yourself happy and the people around you, and just be good to other people. I think that's very important. It's very, very nice to be feeling good and just enjoying life. Just enjoying life, man, day to day. There's a lot going on around us. Yeah, I know. But, you know, you see the news and you read it, and man, it can do something to you if you're not careful. But every day something bad is going on, and you just got to keep going and just make the best of what you have. And the sad news came yesterday, that Ellen DeGeneres' producer and her DJ on her show took his life. He was 40 years old. He took his life. It was pretty hard to hear that because, I've watched the show before. Such a good guy. And you've seen on the news everything about his career and what he's done and the way he's worked up really hard, to be where he was at in his career and to have a nice lifestyle. And, things happened and it's so unfortunate things that happen. I mean, you see it every day. So, this message is, you have to put it out there. If somebody in your family, your friends, or anybody around you that you feel that needs somebody to talk to, or, don't hesitate. Don't never hesitate, giving time and talking to people, friends and family, and even to yourself, because sometimes we get in these funks, right? With everything that you see and you hear in the news, financially people are struggling. It's hard. It's hard. Life is pretty tough right now, and it's coming pretty fast. Every day you have to make it count, because you can't fall behind, because all of a sudden things will be taken from you, and it makes you just want to give up. But I'm here to tell you that, I've gone through a lot of adversity in my life, a lot of ups and a lot of downs and in betweens. And, it's hard because in my younger youth, I went through a lot of adversity, losing family members, and that always hits pretty tough, really it hurts, and it takes a lot out of you, especially at a young age. So you have to find something that will keep you grounded and make sure that you're happy, and that things that that you have, you have to appreciate everything, and sometimes it's a good thing to step back and not be so much about what's in front of you, like what I have and what I need, and and take a look at the other things that are going on, because a lot of people, they could really use somebody to talk to. A lot of mental illness going on. People, life changed, man. Life changed a few years ago, and a lot of people are still struggling with that. I know myself, being isolated a lot and driving when there's nobody around. You're trying to get from one place to another, and there's not that many cars around like they're used to on the highway, and you're out there in the dark by yourself, and there's nothing open, and it just, everything just changed, and it could be really hard on you. But there's a lot of help out there, so don't ever feel like there's nothing that is going to come your way, or there's always somebody that we can talk to and that can help us through. Reach out to a family member, or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a best friend or a cousin or a whoever, a neighbor. We got to take care of each other, man. Look out for each other. It's important. It's important that we do that. We're losing too many people, and it's hard to comprehend sometimes, to comprehend that, that life changed, and a lot of people can't handle it. A lot of people are having a hard time handling it. And I love the fact that people talk about it. You hear people say, hey, even in the national news, hey, if you're struggling, call this number. I love that. There's no better way than communication. That's a huge thing for for us Americans. You know, social media is very powerful. Yeah, there's negatives about this and that, but utilize it. Utilize it. It's just not about selfies and this and that. I mean, there's people out there that sit behind this social media page and just drink or do things, and they're alone, and they end up, you know, this is all they do, you know. So always check on your friends and your neighbors. Talk to people. When you see people, say hi. You know, don't look down on anybody, man. I mean, it sucks when, you know, you're being pushed aside, you lost your job, and so many people are losing their jobs right now as well. You know, in the radio world, up in Austin, I heard, you know, there was a guy that was let go, you know, a big radio personality that I worked with in the same building. And he put out a message, and it was so great, you know, what he put out, saying, man, I came in here and I was able to work and get the things that I really wanted. And now everything changed. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep everything that I had. And it's like, wow, it's eye-opening. And that's when we need you, you know, because I've been there. I've been laid off. I've been shown the door and say, here, you know, you've done nothing wrong. All you've done is dedicate yourself. You know, you're more than 8 years in, and then they take everything from you and they just show you the door. You know, it's not fair, but that's the way it is, right? That's the way it is. That's what makes us stronger, and we get to learn new things. But some people can't handle that. Some people, it's too much because they get used to, they hate change. So you got to adapt pretty quick. So it can come in any form, you know, losing the job, not being able to get a job, just so many things that we deal with right now in society that drives people over the edge, and some people who can't handle it. So, you know, just everybody be positive. Try to enjoy the holidays. You know, it's not all about giving. You know, maybe some time. You know, just spending time with family and friends. You don't even have to have food or just whatever. Conversation is good. Conversation, catching up. I think it's important, man. I think we need more of that. I love to talk to people. I'll talk to people anytime, anywhere. I was at this restaurant, and this lady, she was an older lady. She's sitting there with her husband, and her husband's, you know, he's saying, because I had a beanie on, and, you know, I'm just kind of trying to eat breakfast, and he's like, you look like you're from Hawaii. And I started laughing. I was like, no, I'm not from Hawaii, sir. And so it was early morning. He looked like he had been drinking all night. And his beautiful wife, she was an older lady, and they were sitting there enjoying breakfast, but I happened to sit next to him. So I just started chatting. We started talking, and, you know, I made some good friends. It was good to know where they're from and what they do, and told them what I did and what I enjoy. And you know what was the best thing about it is that I made new friends. That was the beauty of it. And I felt good. I felt like, man, I don't feel like I'm bothering anybody, or if I could have made their day, or because they made my day, just kind of talking to me. I'm like, I enjoy that, because if you don't approach me, I'm going to approach you. I'm going to say, hey, if you're wearing a certain shirt or you're wearing a certain hat, and, you know, of a team or this, I'm gonna start and I'm gonna, you know, spark up a conversation with you. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people are like, just go away, leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Let me live my life. And to those people, I'm like, those people I'm cool with. Okay, fine. You know, if you don't got a minute, I'm cool. Move on. But the people who talk and make friends, I enjoy that. And I think we need more of that. Anywhere, everywhere you go, make friends, man. Say hi to people. See how they're doing, how their week is going. It helps. It helps, man. it's hard to hear about people taking their lives and leaving family behind, hurting, grieving, and asking questions like, what could I have done? It's hard. My heart goes out to anybody that's dealing with that, or anybody who's struggling with any kind of issue, with mental illness and don't have answers, or you're afraid to talk to them. You don't want to bother anybody, or, don't be afraid. Just take that step, because that can take you in a lot of different directions. And if it betters yourself, then it just opens that window. You can make more friends and talk to other people and get help and just feel better. Because I know myself, I struggled with anxiety for, the past few years, and it was tough. I fought it. I hated the way my life was, kind of the direction it was going, because I didn't want to be around anybody. And I was like, I just want to be in my own space. I don't want anybody around me. So I know exactly what it is and how it feels. So, I'm talking from experience. When you can't sleep and you haven't slept and you just don't feel good. I've been there. I've dealt with it. But talking to people, getting your confidence back, and getting out there and doing things. And I think that's important. But there's people that are beyond that. So take some time, check on your friends and your family, like I said. And if you're listening to this and you're struggling, get help. It's all around. Just look it up. I promise, it'll help you out. And I'm sure there's people out there that are willing to help right now. And if we can get the message out, that's cool. But on that note, I want to wish everybody happy holidays. Tweet at me at Johnny Compian on Twitter. And you can also support the podcast show on anchor.fm/Johnny5150.